Hey everybody out there, you're tuned in to 91.8 The Fan. You're in my corner and I have a very special guest in the corner. Would you like to unveil your not so secret identity?
you you want my name or the name of the characters I play? No, my name is Elias. Elias Toufexis.
Yeah, we wanted you. I think the
Oh.
fans, I think the fans will worship your characters, but we need to worship the guy that's the behind the characters as well. But no, as I was saying behind the scenes, it's very nice to have you on. E3 just had an amazing announcement about the new Deus Ex game, and it's fantastic to hear that you'll be returning.
Yeah, no, I'm excited. I mean, I've known about it I've been lying to so many people for so long because they've asked me once. I think the company announced Deus Ex Universe something like a year ago, maybe even a little longer. And since then, I've been asked the same question. Just is Jensen coming back? Are you coming back? And I'm like, I don't know. I hope they call me, even though the whole time I knew. So I've lied to family and friends for a good year and a half.
Oh no, I those horrible NDAs.
Yeah, the NDAs are tough, but I like keeping my job and reputation, so I'm
Of
not
course.
going to not going to break them.
I always call them like the NDA ninjas or the NDA like sniper team. So like every time you start talking about something you're not supposed to, there's like a red dot on your forehead.
Yeah, I have been in trouble before. I've been in trouble not so much for breaking NDAs, but for when I know that a game is being worked on, even if I don't have an NDA signed, because of the connections I have in the business or the people I know. Occasionally, I've let things slip. I remember once I was at a convention and somebody asked me if I'm going to be in the new Splinter Cell game. And at that point, they didn't even announce if there was going to be a new Splinter Cell game. This was years ago. And I said, I hope so. And somebody took that as tacit approval that there was going to be a new Splinter Cell game.
Oh
And I,
no.
and I got in trouble. And Ubisoft called me and said, what did you say? Like, I didn't say anything. I said, I hope so. Well, yeah, but then people think there is a game. And there was, but yeah, you always got to be careful with these kind of things.
Yeah, definitely. That's always scary. But for
Yeah.
the fans who might not be aware of your involvement with Deus Ex, how did you initially, land that gig? Was it just a normal audition in your inbox, or were you invited to it, or how did that happen?
This one was initially, because this was in 2007 when we started on the first day on Human Revolution. God, that was a long time ago now. We They just called me into audition with like a voice audition, which is very different from how video games audition now, or AAA video games. Now they audition a lot like film because they do the performance capture. But this time it was just a voice thing, and I went in and they didn't tell me what it was. They just told me it was somebody was a video game. It was the lead character, and he was kind of a Clint Eastwood type. And went in, did the audition, and a couple of weeks later they told me I got the part, and then they told me what it was. And I had known the game. I played the game, the original, on PC back in the day, and yeah, I was really excited. And then the next 4 years of my life I was working on that game.
Well,
Or
no, that's
four,
that's
something
a
like that. 4 years, about 4 years. Yeah.
That's a good thing, though. And I mean, that must be such an interesting character to play because the players kind of shape, his personality a little bit. So it must be interesting to, go one route and then have to flip a switch and essentially go another.
That's the thing about playing Jensen that's difficult, and is that you have to record. You have to record or performance capture multiple choices that the player could make. Even if, as an actor, it's something that I don't think Jensen would do, I still have to find a way to support it because the player has the choice to make that choice to make that decision. Sounds ridiculous, but the player can make a decision that the character would choose to do something that I think the character wouldn't do, but I still have to support it as an actor 100%, which is always tricky. Plus, there's just the time issue because you're recording, you know, hours and hours and hours and hours of gameplay. Jensen doesn't really shut up.
I can't imagine actually how difficult that would be because I usually do commercial stuff. I'm not generally in the character stuff, so to be able to switch so flawlessly from one to the other might be really difficult, I would think.
Yeah, it's tricky, but it's like I said, now it's funny because I just got back to my hotel from working on Mankind Divided, and we were performance capturing all day. So we were, I was in, I don't know if you listeners know exactly what performance capturing is, but you're in a tight suit with markers all over you, not like little dots all over you, and then a camera on your face with dots on your face, and they basically capture your entire face and body as the character. So that's where most games are going now, AAA games. They just motion capture the entire actor, performance capture the entire actor, and they use his performance for mostly for scenes in the game. Like a cut scene when the game makes you watch part of a movie or something. Like it's a movie or something. They're normally performance captured, and with Jensen's, you got to performance capture all of these different kind of opportunities that the player can choose, and that makes it very difficult because you have to memorize all that stuff.
Definitely. And for any of the fans out there, I believe that they said Q1 or Q2 of 2016 is when we can expect Mankind Divided. So
yeah, beginning of 2016. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So that's
I don't even know. They don't really tell me. Tell me that stuff because I'm always asking too. I'm always like, when's the game coming out? The marketing team hates me because I asked them, when's the trailer coming out for like a year, and they kept saying, oh, we'll get it done. And I couldn't talk about it for so long, so I'm glad everyone knows about it now.
I'm glad that you're excited about it. I think that really shows the fans that you care about the project, and so when they play it, I'm sure they can see that too.
Well, I hope so. Yeah, I love playing. I love playing Jensen. And to be honest, like I do a lot of. It's going to sound weird, and I hope the people that employ me in television aren't listening, but I do a lot of television work, and I'd say 90% of it is not nearly as good as the writing in the video games I get to do. The writing in the video games is better than most television.
Don't worry, we'll be quiet. Nobody will hear. We're not live or anything, but we'll be quiet.
Yeah, of course not.
But I definitely have to wonder if do you get a chance to play those games? Because I know in actor's life you work with it all day, and then you're so busy. Do you get a chance to sit down and kind of analyze your performance yourself?
Oh, sure, yeah, definitely. I mean, they'll give you most of the time. They'll give the actors copies of the games and things like that. And I played HR Human Revolution all the way through 3 times, and every time I tried to do it without killing anybody, and that lasted about 2 hours, and then I ended up killing people that I didn't want to kill. But the thing that's great about the Deus Ex games, and especially about the new one, is the replay value of it, because you can completely change the way you've played the game and go through and meet new people that you didn't meet the last time. And so I love doing that, because when I record it or performance capture it, there's so much, it's so dense, and there's so many characters that I meet over the span of 2 years, let's say, that I'll play the game and I won't have bumped into any of these characters, and then I'll play it a second time, like, oh yeah, I remember that we did that scene, and I didn't remember it before, because I wasn't presented it before, because it's like I happened to play it this specific way. But I guess I'm the only person in the world who can play these games and add my own lines to things. You know what I mean?
No, I totally understand. I mean, I mean, this isn't the only game you're involved with as well. You've been in a bunch of the Assassin's Creed games, and I know people love that series as well, as different characters too throughout the series.
Yeah, I played. The thing about video games is they're very much a family of people that get to know each other. Especially where we're doing these games. The Assassin's Creed games are all based out of Montreal, which is like in the eastern part of Canada, and some in Toronto, but all the actors in those parts of the country know each other, and all the people that employ them know each other. So I played Federico in Assassin's Creed 2. And then on Assassin's Creed, I wasn't in 3, but like 4 and 5, and I was in Brotherhood and all that. they were just asking me, like, look, we need somebody to play this character. Let's get Elias to do it. So the character may not be a major player in one of the games, like Federico was, but, you know, they needed an actor, and they like working with me, and they know I'll do a good job, so they'll call me up, and I'll go spend a couple of days doing that. And I love that. I love getting a call going, look, we have a character you can play. Just come in 2 days and you play it.
Well, the
It's
cool
one of my
thing
favorite
about
things about it.
Assassin's Creed is there's like a new one every year at this point.
Yeah, they just keep churning them out. So I don't know anything about the new one, about, what's it called, the new one, what's the new one called?
Oh, the
Syndicate. Yeah,
yes.
Syndicate. Yeah, no, I've yet to work on that one. Hopefully maybe they'll call me. I don't know if they're done or not yet. But, yeah, I mean, they're going to keep churning those out until people stop buying them. And from what I can tell, they're not going to stop because the people love these games.
People definitely do. But
Yeah.
really quick here, we're going to take a short break here on 91.8 The Fan, so don't go anywhere because our special guest isn't. Keep it tuned to your favorite station where we play everything you want and nothing you don't. Hey everybody out there, you're still tuned in to 91.8 The Fan. My special guest is still here alive and breathing. At least I hope so.
Last I checked.
Okay, good. You'd be surprised. I have people in the chat room, they say it every time I go on break. What are you doing to the guest? Are you torturing them? And I have to prove, no, you're still alive. I haven't done a thing.
No, we're fine.
But for the fans out there, are there any other projects that you want to promote to them? You know, you are involved with a lot of on-camera, as you said, and I think, you know, they'd really appreciate seeing you not behind a character.
Yeah, I mean, I'm on, there's a show starting on Sci-Fi in December called The Expanse, which is it's going to be big. It's going to be big, I think, because the budget was ridiculous. It's, I think, the biggest budgeted show I've ever been on, And they're kind of touting it in the same vein as Battlestar Galactica type of show. Thomas Jane is the lead on it. And, yeah, it's starting in December. And I think we're doing something for it at San Diego Comic-Con in a few weeks. And they're going to, I think after that, the promotion's really going to start ramping up. So you guys will hear about it.
Fantastic. I'm going to link the live chat to a little bit of information on that. That way they can keep up to date and check what times it airs in their respective zones and all that,
Yes.
that fun stuff. But yeah, so you are going to a multitude of conventions. So San Diego Comic-Con is the next one, correct?
Yeah, San Diego is next, and then that's going to be crazy. And then I think after that I'm going to Houston, like literally the next weekend. I think I go to, no, not the next weekend, the weekend after, the 25th. So I go to Houston Comic-Con, and then I got a couple others lined up. I'm not going to list them all, but yeah, if you follow me on Twitter, you'll see all my blatant self-promotion, my unabashedly blatant self-promotion. You'll get to see whatever I'm doing and where we can meet.
Perfect. Well, for the fans out there who want to follow your Twitter, it's just under your name, correct?
Yeah, it's just my name.
And I'm going to link that as well in the live chat. Now, one thing I like to ask all of my, guests, especially when we talk about travel, do you have any travel habits or rituals that you would be willing to share with the fans?
I don't really. The only thing I don't do is I don't check any bags. That's my thing. I never check bags if I can. So I pack really light. Oftentimes, actually it happens a lot. I'll go somewhere and some Comic-Con or something, and then somebody will invite me out, and I'm like, I don't have any clothes to do it, so I have to go buy clothes to go out. It happens more often than you'd think. And every time I do it, I'm like, I really should just plan ahead and bring some stuff, but I never do because I just don't want to have to check a bag because I can't stand. I hate flying. I don't hate the actual flying part. I hate the pre-boarding and the boarding and that post flying. I hate it so much. And I do it so often, and I despise it.
No, I completely understand.
Yeah, whatever I can do to limit my amount of time in an airport is good. That's the only piece of advice I have. Never check bags. You have to
Yeah,
wait.
I wish I could do that. Sadly, when I'm usually invited to conventions and things like that, somebody has to bring our big PA system, and that
No,
somebody's
no.
usually me. So it's like, 70 something pounds, and it's an overweight bag.
Oh
And
man.
I have to like be like, here is this really obnoxious, like, because it's in one of those really nice, like musical cases, and it
Right.
has wheels on it, but it's huge. So I have to be like, here, I'm sure you'll treat this huge overweight bag nicely.
Sometimes
Thanks.
I've actually mailed stuff there beforehand, like things to sign, like autographs, so I don't have to bring it on the plane.
Oh, that's so much
Just
more
mail
effective
it to the
too.
convention. And then,
Yeah, no, I
yeah,
do the same thing for like some of our shirts that we sell and stuff for
yeah,
merchandise.
yeah,
Yeah.
much easier.
But for the fans out there, we do have a tradition, our a ritual, if you will, on 91.8 The Fan. And I was wondering if you'd be willing to participate.
I guess I'm going in blind here, but
we
possibly.
base well, we basically ask if you'd be willing to do a radio bump for us or say a line for us.
Oh, sure, yeah, yeah, yeah. That's fine.
Fantastic. Just so you know, if you mess up, everybody gets to hear the mess ups.
All right. What do you want me to say? Just this is the last message, and you're listening to 98.1.
Yeah, we basically ask if you could say, hello, my name is, I do this. You can put whatever you want there. And you're
Okay.
tuned into 91.8, The Fan.
Oh, did I say 98.1? 91.8. All right, you want me to do it right now?
Yep, whenever you're ready.
Hey, everybody, this is Elias Toufexis. I'm the actor who plays Adam Jensen, and you're tuned in to 91.8 on. Did I say that right? Totally
Yes,
said that right.
yeah, 91.8, The Fan. You got it.
Did
You're
I say
good.
yeah, I said it. Okay, good.
Yes, you're good. Perfect.
Listen, I've been acting all day. I'm exhausted.
No, I totally understand. And so many people confuse the numbers. You're not the only one.
Yeah.
But for the fans out there, is there anything else you'd like to tell them? Any words of wisdom, dating advice, predictions for the end of the world?
The world's ending. I don't know why I had kids. I feel like it's going to explode before they grow up. So, I don't know, get a bow and arrow and learn how to hunt. And I think I'm gonna order one of those survival kits off of the internet just to have it. I feel like it's a good thing to have. Those things that clear water for you when you drink, those cool straws. Yeah, that's my advice. Prepare.
We will do our best to prepare, and thank you so much for joining us today.
Hey,
We
what am
have
I
a lot
saying?
of
Don't
fun.
prepare. No, the less people I have that are prepared, the more chance I have surviving. Just let it come. Let it come.
Don't survive. Just that's it. That's the end. It's like a horrible version of The Stand. Uh,
Yeah.
but no, thank you so much for joining us today. We really appreciated it.
No, thanks for having me on.
And for all the fans out there that missed any of this interview, don't fret. You can find it on the website within the next few days. So keep your eyes peeled to 918thefan.com and your ears tuned to 91.8 The Fan, where we play everything you want and nothing you don't.